Welcome everyone to the latest Rides with the Richies. We are currently at Tuesday, March 17th. We are heading out to the grocery store to get some groceries.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a long time since we've been on here. Solita.
We've had a lot of things going on, and this is also my first time out in the real world after being sick.
Probably for like 5 days now.
Yeah, I've been in the apartment just, blowing my nose.
Coughing and hacking.
Coughing.
Hacking and
hacking.
coughing.
More coughing.
Sounding like a dragon.
Hacking is just lovely in sickness and in health. But we just wanted to do this Marco because, it's been a while. Sorry.
Not quite a Marco.
Video.
Kind of like a Marco.
Kind of like a Marco, but not really.
Just to update y'all on what's been happening. There's been a lot going on since the last time we've been on.
Yep.
Last time was with Graneras. Shout out to the Graneras.
Hello. I missed you guys last night.
I didn't. I was there.
Yeah, Brian was at Monday night small group. But what are we gonna share? I think the biggest thing that has happened since we last was on here.
We had a team come. From Anderson University, a team of college students, engineer college students.
Yep.
And they came to do a lot of things. It was cool. There was 17 of them that came. Mm-hmm. Shout out to any of you guys if you guys end up watching this.
We'll have to send it to them.
They split up in 3 separate teams. So one team was a solar team, other team was drainage team
No. It was solar panel team. It was cooling team.
Yep, I was getting there.
And then it was parking lot team.
Parking/drainage team.
Yeah.
And we worked most closely with the cooling team, which they were at one of our churches here that gets really hot on Sundays. And they were making a proposal. The cool thing is that they were all coming not to do anything for the churches or to say this is how you should do it. They were just coming to make proposals for the churches on this is what we think would be best. This is what, with our research, how we feel like you could, for the cooling team, for example, how we feel like you guys could cool the church more effectively. And so they spent a couple days making measurements, scoping out the building, doing whatever else engineers do.
Surveying, taking measurements, all sorts of things.
Yeah, and then they made just a presentation for the church, for the pastor and for the elders, and they came up with getting a big fan in the church would be one way to help. And then also they have windows kind of align the top of the church, and so they talked about putting tint on the windows to help keep the sunlight from getting into the church, as much sunlight from getting into the church, but it also allowed it to cool as well. And one thing that was super interesting that I didn't know about was heat reflective paint. It's this white paint that you just literally put on the top of the roof on the outside, and it's supposed to reflect the light and the heat. What?
Oh, I thought you had to get in this other lane.
What are these bubbles coming up here for?
It's shout out to Nora.
That's right.
Nora was one of the girls on the team, and we were going up to La Paz Waterfall Gardens, which is a very windy road up some mountains and whatnot, and so a lot of people get car sick. And she was talking to me about how there's a motion sensor setting you can put on your phone so you can...
It's to help with car sickness when you're looking at your phone. And so it's just these bubbles that are coming up on the screen.
Yeah, Brian's like, what is this even doing?
And I guess it's supposed to just help keep you more oriented as you're driving so you don't get as car sick. So.
Exactly. So anyways, they're going off right now. I didn't turn the setting off, but I thought that was such a cool setting. I didn't know you could do that.
I wonder if they'll actually be visible on the video. But
yeah.
Anyways, the cooling team also, this heat reflective paint, they did a test strip on an extra roof tile that the church had. So they painted half of it white and then they left the other half red. And I think it was something 30 degrees Celsius difference in the temperature just from the 2 coats of the paint.
That's awesome.
That was crazy. And they actually let me feel we're going to Price Mart, aren't we?
Yeah.
Shoot.
I don't know why you were going this way.
I don't know where I'm going either.
I'm
so used to just going to Walmart first that I started.
We can. Let's go to Walmart.
You want to?
Yeah, let's go.
All right. Because I can get off right here.
Well, you already missed it.
I can get off here. But what are we going to do?
Let's go to Price Mart.
Okay. I'm gonna see if I can find my way without GPS. Or let me put on some GPS. Keep going.
Okay. I think it would be good to just maybe talk about what was a highlight of the trip for us. Just one highlight. I'll answer since you're doing GPS, but I think for me, it was really fun to get to know the students, and each one had like their own personality, and well, obviously, but it was just, they were really fun. They were a fun bunch, and I think one of my highlights was probably, other than getting to know each of them, was worshiping with them. So there was a guy named John and Abi, right?
Abi,
and
yeah.
Derica. John and Abi are, actually all three of them, that's funny. All three of them are exchange students studying in the States right now. Derica's from Jamaica, and John and Abi are from India. And John literally can learn an instrument, like, as he's listening to a song. It's crazy. He plays piano, but he didn't play guitar, and there was one night where he was like playing the guitar and while we were all worshiping. But what I loved about the worship nights, well, we would usually do like a devo, and then they would like we would like sing a worship song. One night we just sang worship songs, but what I loved was like how so informal it was, like
spontaneous.
And yeah, kind of spontaneous. We would, yeah,
some
I would
of it
say
was.
Some of it was, but like they would just play, and like they would mess up, and like they would, like, the guitar, the piano would stop, and he would be like, trying to, get with the rhythm or whatever, and we would all just keep going, and like Derica would laugh and we would laugh, but yet we would just, it was just so like no pressure at all, like, and it was just like, let's do this, and it was just so like authentic, and it didn't matter if there was mess ups, and it was just really a sweet time of worship each evening.
And Derica sung one of these songs that we were singing, so everybody was like championing.
Yeah, she recorded this song called Begin Again.
I'll put a little clip of it in this video right here.
Nothing but the blood of Jesus. Once was and were King again. Nothing but the. And it was so fun, and like everybody wanted to keep hearing it, and she was like, "Oh, I'm tired of like hearing this song." But everybody, was like, no, let's hear it again. And we would always just like sing it and clap. And it was a lot of fun. And she has a phenomenal voice and such a bubbly personality. And yeah, it was really sweet. And then we met another girl who was on the cooling team. We met a lot of people, but Lauren, who is a basketball player, shout out to Lauren if you're watching this. She just, we got to share our testimony one of the nights for Devo night. This was the night I got sick. But shared our testimonies, shared a little Devo, and then afterwards, it was just really special. Oops, I touched the mic. To me, because everybody came up and gave hugs, and they were just like, thanks for sharing, and I just hope it encouraged them in some way. But Lauren had mentioned, like, I don't know, she just started like coming up and encouraging us, and I just started crying after she encouraged us, and she was really sweet. And even when we left, she gave us both notes, and yeah, it was just a really sweet time. She said some very kind words, and yeah, it was good. But I am really bummed I got sick like middle of their trip. So like I got sick Wednesday. And we were all supposed to go to La Paz Waterfall Gardens for like a tour, and I had to stay at the Airbnb all morning and afternoon because I just didn't feel good, and I felt like I needed to stay. And so then I went back to the apartment, and I have been in my house ever since until today. I am out going to the store.
Grocery shopping.
Yep. What was your highlight?
I was going to say the music too, but other than that, I really enjoyed just like playing cards with all of them. Even just getting to be a fly on the wall for their, just
Studies.
as they were like surveying the building and putting together a presentation, like it was just fun to kind of hear them go through that process. They have this whole chart they use of percentages of like what's most important. Like, is safety the most important thing, or is like cooling the most important thing, or like the looks of it, is that the most important thing? And then they rate it by percentage according to what the pastors say. And so just on how they kind of decide on like what's most important step to take first. And so that was fun to get to be a part of. And I think it's also just a cool tool to have of like when we're trying to make decisions in the future, it's something we can do with ourselves as well.
Yeah, and I felt like just being on the team and like helping out, we did a lot of driving for the team because the teams were at different locations. And so sometimes like if, you know, somebody needed Brian to run up to the store to El Lagarde, which is like a mechanic store. Sorry. Or if, yeah, or like I picked up the dinner a lot of the nights, and we just did a lot of like odds and ends and different things to help out Jason and Abby. And yeah, it was a good trip. It was a good mission team, and I feel like we did learn a lot too in just some different ways of what we would do. And yeah, it was definitely a different kind of trip, because mission trips, usually the missionaries plan it and we go serve somewhere and we do different things. Here, this mission trip was through Anderson University, and it was for their class, and so they get credits essentially. And so they came here with a purpose and a job. And so they were at the Seller Center where they were staying for multiple days, and some of the students didn't leave the Seller Center all day because they were working with it. Everybody brought their laptops, like, so it was like a get her done day, and or get her done week. And then there was one day they were itching to get out of the Seller Center. So one group was taken to the mall to go get ice cream, and then another group was taken to go play pickleball, and they were so happy to get out. And so
yeah, it's literally like being a prison in the Seller Center, because you have locked doors everywhere. There's a 1, 2, 3. There's like 4 doors you got to get through to get anywhere with keys. And you have bars on the windows, as you guys have probably seen. If not, I'll send a picture of that too. But you just kind of feel like you're in a prison. So the poor kids that were stuck in there for the whole day, I can imagine were getting stir crazy.
Yeah, but anyways, that was really good. As far as just like job and stuff.
Yeah, we've been traveling to different churches, making our way to the 13.
Mm-hmm.
We hit most recently Nicoya. Aside from this last week, we went to,
which is probably one of our furthest churches.
Yeah,
it's like
it's north,
4 hours away. 4
hours north.
Away.
It's a nice little church, but it definitely is a trek to get to.
Yeah.
And we still have a couple more churches in Limon, which is the east side of the country to hit.
Mm-hmm.
And then one more in the middle. So we're plugging away at meeting the churches. And we also have been, there's a kid named Isaac or Isaac. Oh, I gotta get off here. Who is Armando's son from the closest church to us. And we've been having him over on Wednesdays from 5 to 7, because he really wants to practice English. And of course, we're still trying to practice Spanish. So we've been helping each other with language. And then there's a 7 p.m. church service that night at that church. So I've been going to church with him afterwards. So that's been really fun. I think he's 15 years old, young kid, but really nice.
Yeah, and it was really funny because Armando was like talking about how they've been calling Isaac Richie, and
he's been calling himself that.
Oh, has he?
Yeah.
And so like they joke like
he's
that.
Like, I got a new family now.
He has another family, Isaac Richie, and so we always joke that Leo was our son too, and so technically now we have 2 Costa Rican kids. But anyways, I'm hoping to make dinner for him. That's tomorrow, because the last 2 times he's come, it's just been like we've been doing something beforehand, and so it's like been really fast.
We had
freezer
spaghetti
food
twice in a row.
And some stuff, like the last time we just put stuff in the oven like super fast, and I want to cook like a nice meal, so I'm gonna get some potatoes, do some mashed potatoes and some chicken. Might make a crock pot recipe. We have 2 people that I'm sad because we never got them on the car, like Rides with the Richies, and they are graduating next week on Friday.
The Higdons, shout out to you guys.
Yes.
I think you guys watch this sometimes.
I am so sad that you guys are leaving, and they are heading to Panama. They were with us in our 3rd trimester, and they go...
Second and third.
Yeah, that's right. 2nd and 3rd.
And they live directly across the street from us, so...
Yeah, so it's going to be different not having you guys and making bird call noises across the street.
Mm-hmm.
So, but...
Other
anyways,
than that,
yeah.
we can almost make this a short one. Anything else we got?
I think the short is good. Nothing
One
else.
actually exciting thing, I don't know if everyone knows yet, is my parents are coming. Shout out to my parents.
Yeah, we're
for
so
Melissa's birthday,
excited.
May 2nd through May 10th.
And my
So,
birthday's May 4th, by the way.
yeah, we're super excited. It'll be their first time coming, and just get to introduce them to our friends here, take them to some of our favorite spots.
Mm-hmm. We're going to take them to one of the churches here in San Jose and to some of, our favorite spots. And we're going to take them to the beach for a couple days and to some hot springs, and just really looking forward to having family. Like, this is our first set of like family ever coming, and we've been here for almost
Year and a half.
a year and a half, and so we're really looking forward to
Brent and Megan, get on it.
having family come, because I doubt any of my family is going to be coming to Costa Rica. So it's really only going to be Brian's family and our friends or partners. So anyways, that's that. We always close out with a verse, and I'm going to close out with one from Proverbs. This is super, super well known, but it is, I was reading it a couple days ago, and I was like, wow. And it is in Proverbs. I forgot the chapter and the verse, sorry, but
Chris, hit us up in the notes with where it's at.
do not lean on your own understanding, but in everything, or in all things, acknowledge me, and I will make your paths straight. And the word that stuck out to me was acknowledge me. Like, when you're not understanding something and you're going through life, and I mean, the verse is saying, don't lean on your own understanding. Like, you do not know. Like, God's ways are higher. His thinking is higher. So when you don't understand, it's saying, just acknowledge me. Like, that's a simple action right there. It's like acknowledging God in the story, because you can continue with life and go in a direction you may not be understanding right now. Is this, what the Lord's calling us to do, or this path to take, or whatever? And you may not understand, but the simple act of just acknowledge God along the way, like ask God along the way, talk to God along the way, think about, or ask Him, is this, something you are continuing to speak to me about, or whatever. And so, I don't know, it's super simple, but I was just like, just as long as we are acknowledging Him, like, He's going to be making our path straight. So I thought that was kind of neat. But anyways, we're here, and
I have one more story to tell. I remembered. That's super funny.
Okay.
Let me just park real quick, because I'm not a good multitasker.
Wait 1 second.
Okay, one quick story. So yesterday, I was going to small group, Chris and Hannah's house, and I had to pick the Swifts and then Ellie and Emma up on the way there. And Emma calls, and she's like, we have a bird in the house. Like, I don't know how to get it out. Like, can you help us get it out? And so I picked up the Swifts. We went there, and it turned out it was a bat in their house. It wasn't a bird. And it was, like, up on the chimney there. And so we did a quick ChatGPT Google search, and we know that bats carry rabies, and so it's nothing to mess around with. And so we're like, we don't know what to do. So then we resorted to just, like, because ChatGPT said turn the lights off in the area that it's at, leave, like, a door open for it, and then, like, have lights on in the area you want it to go to. And so we did all that, but then we didn't know how long it was going to sit there for, so we started just chucking things at it. We started throwing a broom at it.
You guys are awful.
We started throwing paper towels at it, and it wasn't budging. And finally we got it to move from the chimney to another wall. And then I kept trying to throw things at it, but I was like purposely trying to miss it at first because I didn't actually want to hit it. But then I was like, all right, I got to try and just hit this thing because it wasn't moving anywhere. And I missed it. And then so Rachel's like, all right, let the boss come in and take care of this. And so she grabs a muffin or
bread.
it's just like a piece of bread, like a bread roll, and chucks it and nails the thing, and then we all run. I'll try to put a video of this in here too. Oh. Run back into the kitchen, and then I think it flies out after that. But then Ellie's going back to her room to grab something because we were about to leave, and she starts screaming like, "The bird's in here! The bird's in here!" I don't even remember what she was saying.
It flew into her room.
And then we're all like,
shoot.
"Is she joking?" Or like we thought she was just messing around with us, just like trying to pretend like the bird was still in there. But she kept screaming, and we're like, "Oh shoot, maybe this is serious." So then we go like open the door, and she's like in the corner hiding, and then there's the bird. This was a different bird because this was actually a bird that was like sitting on her floor. And so Josh grabs a bucket and then like puts the bucket over the bird, slides a piece of cardboard under the bucket, and then goes and lets it out outside. But
Nice, Josh.
it was a funny experience, and just a bunch of gringos being scared of bats and stuff. And then the Ticos, like Glory and Lucy and JP, were like, "Yeah, you just got to open the windows and then just let it fly out." And they're like, that happens all the time. And here we are, just like cowering from this bat. But any hoosers, that was it. Love you guys. We're here at Price Mart. We'll see you on the next one, and hope you have a great week.
Bye.